So let's take a tour of my server rack in the year 2021. Today's date is 02/24, so here we go. As you can see here, this is a 24-inch ultra-wide LG monitor, which displays all Plex activity. I'm using a particular software called Tatuli. This software allows me to monitor all the data when it comes to Plex. So as you can see, it shows a history of all activity. Above that, I have recently added. So this is all new movies, TV shows, or whatever I add. It pops up in this list. Above there, I have activity. So activity allows me to see when somebody watches a new movie, TV show, or whatever. Right now, nothing is being played. So as you can see, the message says nothing is currently being played. Moving past that, this is being held up by an arm. I don't know. It's connected to my server rack, but you see it. Underneath there is my cloud key, Gen 2 Pro. This one has control over my Unifi network and my Unified Talk phone service. All right. Above here, this is brand new. This device is called the UXG Pro. As you can see, it's showing port 4 running at 10 gigabits. So I can scroll through the screen. Port 1 shows 1 gigabit, which is the internet, the WAN connection. And then I'm not using the other ports. So back to port 4, 10 gigabits goes to my network, SFP+. Over here, I have a switch. It's a power over Ethernet switch. I don't remember the naming convention of this one, but maybe you can see it right there. All right. After that, cable management that goes through the walls. But right here is that new gateway, which is called the UXG Pro. These are the connections. They're all 10 gigabit, but to the left, 2 10 gigabit Ethernets, and to the right is 2 10 gigabit SFP+. I'm using my rack studs. Real easy to use my fingers and unscrew this thing off the wall. All right. This little, well, not little, this big thing is a lot bigger than the original one. So I had to put it out here. I couldn't fit it inside my server rack. So moving back to the server rack. So as you can see, I have a keyboard, wireless, so I can access the server when I'm not trying to use, when I need to be directly connected to it, not remotely. And then I have a monitor underneath that's connected to the actual case itself. It's pivot. I can pivot it. It's right now. This one is showing Unifi Network, all the activity of the Unified networks. I can change things with using that keyboard and everything. Underneath there's one more last monitor. This one has a software called Sync Thing. This one monitors all the activity going between two servers. So I have two different servers, but they are identical. The first one is iNova Sub 2, which is the one out here. And then iNova Sub number 1, which is located in my bedroom. So basically, each server are being synced between each other. So if I drop a piece of data on one, it'll go to the other one and vice versa. So everything is synced 100%. So let's move inside. So I'm gonna unlock the server rack. And inside, I have a patch panel at the top, which runs all my cabling. Right here is all Ethernet cables. They're shorter ones. But right here, you can see they're open, and those are all SFP Plus connections. To the right is fiber optics. And they come down to the first switch. The first switch is called a USW Pro. It's 10100, plus it has 2 SFP Plus connections. The next switch, if you can see it, I'm trying to make it clear. Well, it's called a USW. This switch is only SFP Plus connections. So as you can see, I have all SFP Plus DAC cables, and then I have 2 fiber cables. So between this switch up here and that switch down here, they're running 2, not 1, but 2 SFP Plus DAC cables. So 10 gigabits plus 10 gigabits, 20 gigabits. Link aggregation. Google it. All right. So underneath there, I have my hard drives. They're all inside the hard drive bays. So all the activity, everything, the little lights and stuff like that, you can see. That's how you know that something's being watched or being something, activity. Underneath there is my actual server that controls the hard drives, and then underneath there is UPS. Back to the switches real quick. As you can see, I'm running rack studs in here as well. It makes it easier for me to remove the stuff, the equipment. And then the switches, of course, if I hit, there's a screen on here as well, like the other one. I can tap in here. I can see IP addresses. I can scroll down. I can go to the ports. You know what I'm saying? It's the same deal. Over here is my cable management on the wall for the 2 monitors. I don't know if that matters to you, but it's there. All right. The last thing I have is my neon. You gotta love the blue lights. Peace out. Have a good day.